Hey basketball coaches and basketball players, today I'm going to talk to you about help defense and how your team can become better defensively by doing this when you're playing man-to-man defense. Okay, so let's say you are the ball. Where the camera is right now has the basketball and you are one pass away. Let's say the other team is running a 5-out offense, just as an example. And you're one pass away, you should be one big step away. So if your defender's here, you should be literally one big step away. Now you can run this two different ways. You can run this facing the ball, knowing where your defender is, or to be in deny, which is when you're denying the pass so that he hopefully does not get that ball. Especially you would want to do this if he is a really good basketball player, maybe one of the better players on their team. You would want to be a half a step closer and in deny with your closest arm, in this case my left arm, denying the pass. At this point you would still be watching your defender, but you would still be watching the ball, or your player, but you would still be watching the ball as well. Now if you were two big passes away, where in this case, let's say you've got a wing player and you are where the ball is right now, you wouldn't be playing your wing player way out here. You would want to be right on the edge of the key. The reason for this is now, if you were to drive on this rim, I can step in and take that charge. The reason why we would want to do this is we would rather have a 3-point shot than a layup. This is traditional man-to-man basketball. Now I understand that there are teams that have a lot of really good shooters, and if this is the case, if you're two passes away and you're going in to take that charge, the player who is one pass away needs to step down because he needs to be able to now defend two players in case this player who's driving kicks the ball out. Now if this player kicks that ball out, he needs to take that man. I need to now take his man, and that way there's no open shots. However, when you're down here in help defense and two passes away, you don't want to have this player not being seen. You want to be able to see both players. So you might need to be facing this direction so that you can see both players. So keep that in mind. You want to know if this player is going to do a skip pass over and you're going to go and try and knock it away. But you just want this player to be not necessarily covered tightly. You want to be able to see both players. You want to be in help so that if that player drives, you can take that charge. Kind of like Kyle Lowry. So now if the ball gets passed over to where you are right now, you are obviously not going to be staying in help defense here because you're of really not much use right here. At the high school level, you're usually allowed to be inside of the key. And if that's the case, you would want to be now in the middle of the key in help defense. Now, again, you don't want to be leaving this player not being seen. You now need to be roughly right about here so you can see both of these players, you as well as the man over here. Now, if the ball gets passed farther over here, what are we going to do? So now if the ball's here where you are right now, you're obviously not going to be standing here because you're of no use. Unless you're in the NBA, you would want to kind of like bounce in and out of the key because you're not allowed to be in the key too long. But at the high school level, what you would want to be is roughly just almost in front of the rim. However, you want to be able to see both players. So I know everyone's angle of vision is different, but generally speaking, if I'm right about here, I can see both players and I can see the whole court. And because of that, now if you were to drive, I can take that charge. If my player was to try and cut across the key, I can block him from doing that. And you can block players from cutting if you're standing your ground before they get to your location. And if they try to run through you, it's a foul on them. Now, if you're a coach, make sure to send this to your players, but also if you're a coach, to teach help defense to your players. You can set up almost like a 5-out, just pass around offense, pass, cut, whatever you want to do, and then have your players run man-to-man defense doing these help defensive principles, and then you can even run different zones against the 5-out just to kind of get them used to the rotations. I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time.